Hello students, in the last class we have discussed chapter number 5, that is cell, the fundamental unit of life, and let us recall the points quickly what we have discussed in the last class. So we have discussed these 3 points: what is a cell, cell theory, and an overview. So what is a cell? That we have already seen that cell is the fundamental structural and functional unit of all the living organisms. Then we have studied about all these discoveries, and then we have studied about cell theory and all these points of the cell theory, and then we discussed about unicellular multicellular organisms and why the cells and have different shapes and sizes, and then we have studied how the cell is able to perform all these basic functions. So I hope you have noted all these points in your notebook, and let us continue with the today's topic. So today's topics are plasma membrane, diffusion, and osmosis. So we are going to discuss about these three important topics. Now as we move to plasma membrane, the plasma membrane or cell membrane is the outermost covering of all the cells. Now if you take the example of plant cells and animal cells and differentiate between them, plant cell have got the cell wall as the outermost covering, but inner to the cell wall they have got cell membrane. So cell membrane is the layer which covers all the cells, whether they are plant cells or animal cells or bacteria or any other cell. Cell membrane is present in all the cells. Okay, and it separates the contents of the cell from the external environment. Now plasma membrane, as we'll studied about the properties of the plasma membrane, you will study that plasma membrane is a flexible membrane. It can move and change the shape. Okay, and it allows the substances to move in and out of the cell, and it is made up of organic molecules called as lipids and proteins. So plasma membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. So lipids and protein make the plasma membrane. Now let us talk about the functions of the plasma membrane. Now it gives shape to the cell, the proper shape. We have already discussed that in the previous class, that different cells have different shapes and sizes, and that is because of the cell membrane. The cell membrane gives different shapes and size to the cell. It protects the cell because this is the outermost layer of many cells, so it protects from the external environment. It gives shape to the cell, it gives identity to the cell, means it the cell can be called as cell because of the cell membrane. Now if there is no cell membrane, we can't call it as a cell, so cell is limited by a cell membrane. Then we'll study one more important function and property of the cell membrane, is that the cell membrane is called as semi-permeable or selectively permeable membrane. Now what do you mean by that? The selectively permeable means that it allows only selected substances to enter the cell and to leave the cell. It does not allow different substances, means it does not allow all the substances to move in the cell and to go out of the cell. Only the selected substances which are required by the cell move in and out of the cell membrane. That is why it is called as selectively. It means it selects the substances, then only the substances will move in and out of the cell. Now let us talk about, this is a very important function. Now how does the movement of substances take place into the cell? Now I already told you that substances move in and out of the cell, but how do these substances move in and out of the cell? Now as we know that in our body we require oxygen, all the cells require oxygen, so they take oxygen, and they don't want carbon dioxide, so carbon dioxide they give out. Okay, so we know that cells of the human beings take oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. And what about plant cells? They want carbon dioxide for doing photosynthesis, so they take carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. So why is this transport taking place at the cell? Okay, so you can see here some substances like carbon dioxide or oxygen can move across the cell membrane by a process called as diffusion. So now we are going to study about a new process. Now they don't automatically move, they move because of the process called as diffusion. Now what is diffusion? Diffusion means that movement of substances from their higher concentration to their lower concentration. So substances move from one place to another place. So from which place to which place? From where they are more to where they are less. Okay, so substances move from their higher concentration to their lower concentration. As you can see in this diagram, you can see clearly that you can see a jar is there, and then in the water the some substances are there which are denoted, or which are shown by the red balls or red dots you can see here. So these red dots are concentrated, or they are placed at only one place on one side of the jar. But then as we leave them, you can see here they will be scattered in the jar, all over the jar. So you can see these molecules move from one place to another place, from where they are more to the place where they are less. Okay, so this is diffusion. Diffusion means movement of substances from their higher concentration to their lower concentration. Now diffusion is a very important process. As I have already told you that we take oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. That process takes place because of the diffusion. Okay, then plants take carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. That process also takes place because of the diffusion. So you can see diffusion plays a very important role in gaseous exchange, that is exchange of gases between the cell as well as the cell and its external environment, the outside environment. For example, you can see whatever the example already I have told you, that CO2 moves out of the cell and oxygen moves into the cell in our body, and in the plant cell the oxygen moves out and CO2 moves inside the cells. Okay, now let us move to a next and a very important process called as osmosis. Now what is osmosis? Osmosis, as you can simply put, osmosis is diffusion with the help of the selectively permeable membrane. Now what does this mean? That the diffusion means the movement of substances from their higher concentration to their lower concentration. Now if you put a selectively permeable membrane or a cell membrane in between them, we call it as osmosis. So osmosis is a type of diffusion through a selectively permeable membrane. So now in the context of a living organism, osmosis is used for the movement of water. Now water moves from where it is more to where it is less through a selectively permeable membrane, and that process called as osmosis. So osmosis is the passage of water from a region of high water concentration through a selectively permeable membrane to a region of low water concentration till the equilibrium is reached. Means what? Equilibrium means when the concentration on both the sides becomes equal. Now you can see here in this diagram, you can see number 2. Number 2 represents the cell membrane or the plasma membrane, and then you can see number 1 represent the molecule. Now in the first, on the extreme left side, you can see here the substances are more outside the cell. You can see the blue color substances are there, materials or molecules are there outside the cell. So you can see they are more outside the cell, and inside the cell they are very less. Okay, now if you move to the middle portion of the figure, you can see some substances have moved from outside to inside. Okay, you can see 3 blue molecules are there inside because they are moving inside. Why? Because they are more outside and they are less inside. So movement of substances takes place from where they are more to where they are less. Now you can see in the last part, in the extreme right side, you can see almost on both the sides of the cell membrane the substances now are in equal amount. So now osmosis will stop here, will not stop here. Actually osmosis will be there in both the direction, means equal amount of substances will move from outside to inside and from inside to outside. Now this condition is called as equilibrium. Equilibrium means when both the number of molecules on outside and inside of the cell becomes equal in number. Okay, so that is the osmosis, and that is about the today's topic. I hope you are noting all those points which I am telling you, and you keep on writing, and as soon as the school will reopen, I will check your notebooks. Thank you.